Hello everybody and welcome back to Building Tutorials. And today I am going to be working on the Minecraft factory once again. So last episode I worked on building a start to the assembly line, and apparently James is still here. Hi James, I can see you haven't left yet, which is good, because every episode that you're still here means you're an episode closer to possibly becoming the owner of the factory. So last episode what I did is I ended up making this really cool feature. It's where you throw an item in here, it goes in, comes out that side, goes over here, and it basically stops there. I haven't really continued it yet, which is what I'm going to work on today. Is I'm going to work on continuing this kind of like conveyor system. I'm also going to be working on a way of activating this. So I have a few ways that I could do this. One is that I could hook up a comparator to this hopper, and basically as soon as an item goes into there, it will activate this piston. Or I can basically put this piston on a timer, and it basically just goes constantly. So if I were to put a comparator on here, I think I have to place it this way, which is a problem because I've got water in here. So let me go ahead and get rid of the water real quick, just to make this a little easier. I want to see how it works if I were to do it like activating off of this. So as soon as it comes out of there, I'm going to have the redstone signal go into a block. And then after that, I could get a redstone torch on top of that. Alright, so I've got this set up. The problem is it is kind of like in reverse. So I would probably have to put like another block here and then do a redstone torch on this side, which now hopefully that'll activate the piston. Okay, it does. Okay, that works. So this kind of works now. So if I go in and put the water back, because I just realized I put it in the wrong spots. If I go and do that, put water back there. If I throw like my redstone torch in there, this is going to smash it, and then it's going to come out on this side, which then is just going to keep repeating that process until it eventually comes back around here and it changes into a new item, which is what I'm going to work on doing today. But this is basically how I did the redstone. It's just this hopper right here. I have a comparator underneath here. I don't really want to break the block because it's going to end up letting the water out. I can actually break this one. So if I break that block, you can see there's a comparator down there. And then it goes into this block, which then activates this redstone torch, which comes up here onto this redstone, which then this one kind of like changes the signal from being on to off. And then that will activate this piston as soon as like an item goes in. It's like that. And then it comes out on this side. So now what I need to do is I need to duplicate what I have here on all the rest of these. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. So the first thing I want to do is block off the water so that the water doesn't ruin any of the redstone. Oh, I already have a dropper down there. That's good. Do I have a dropper on this side? Okay, so this dropper's already put down, which is kind of helpful. So now all I have to do is get the redstone for the hoppers figured out. So if I go and get rid of my water bucket and get a hopper, that one's already done. So I need to put two hoppers on here like that. One of them is going to need a comparator going this way. So comparator goes into this block, which then the redstone torch goes on top of there. So this is where you get to see how I made the other one. Let me go ahead and get the gray concrete. So I put that on top of there. Redstone dust goes there, which then you can see activates. So now what I need to do is I need to put... Oh, great. James, can you move? So I'm going to go and put this piston facing downwards like that. I'll go ahead and put the hopper back there. And then we'll go ahead and get the floor. And now that's set up. So now all I have to do is put the redstone torch here. And now that part is set up. So that's part one. Next part is basically getting this to shoot items out of it. So for the last one, you can kind of see the redstone here, but the comparator goes into that. So we put the comparator going into here, which then powers this block, which then this redstone right here is going to power this repeater, which then powers this block, which activates that. So that's basically how you build this kind of like loop setup. So if I throw like any item into there, this is going to smash it, and then this is going to shoot it out, which then will go into the water and then go into the next one. So the next one I'm going to do, I'm probably just going to do it off camera since I've already showed you how to do one of them. But let me go ahead and cover this up and put the water back in. Alright, so I've got a water bucket here. We'll go ahead and put that back. And now I have to set up this one. And then I don't actually have one over here yet. So I'm going to do that later. But let me go ahead and set this one up first. And then I will show you the next part, which is going to be the complicated part where we switch the items. Okay, so I just got the redstone finished. And now I want to test to see how this works. So if I throw an item in this... Oh, right, I missed. Oh, wait, I don't think I have the water. Yeah, I don't have the water finished. But I want to test it real quick. Let me get all the water set up here. But basically, if this works correctly, I should get an item right here at the end if I throw it in at the beginning over here. So if I throw that in there, it's going to go through there. It's going to smash it, which then goes into here. That one smashes it. And then it comes over here. That one smashes it. And then it comes out and it goes right here to the end. So it works perfectly. As you can see, it made it through all three. I think I have 3 set up at the moment. So that works there. Yeah, so what I need to build now is basically the mechanism that changes this polished andesite that I threw in there into something else, like maybe redstone. Like we turn polished andesite into redstone. Don't know how that's possible, but we're going to make something that turns it into a different block. So that's what I'm going to do next. So what I want to do is I want to put down... Okay, let me get rid of this water real quick. So what I need to do is I need to send these hoppers, instead of going into here, I need to fill this up with whatever item is going to come out. And then these hoppers are going to go underneath the ground. So these are going to go down into a chest right down here. So let me go and get a chest real quick. So the way this is going to work is the hoppers are going to come down. Instead of going into a chest, I want to get something that will destroy them. But basically what's going to happen is the items are going to go into this hopper, which then will go into here. And then as soon as they come into this dispenser, I want to loop this, kind of like what I did before. So I'm going to go and put the dropper going this way. And I'm going to do like a little loop, kind of like what I did earlier. So if I get a piece of dirt here, I go and put this into a piece of dirt there, redstone, and then a repeater into this block. That should activate this. And then as soon as that gets activated, it's going to dispense the items into... I'm thinking lava. I think should be like the easiest. Actually, there. They can just go out of the world. That's quieter. So there we go. Let's go ahead and fill in this so that none of the items should be able to go anywhere else but out of the world. So there's that. So that works, which is good. So if you throw dirt in there or any block, it's basically just going to fall out of the world. Now, in regular survival, you obviously can't do that. So just put like some lava or fire or something that'll destroy the blocks. But then I'm going to send another signal coming out of here. So if I do that going into this block, which then I can actually move this one closer. If I put this here and then do the redstone and the repeater like that, that should activate this, which then this will dispense whatever we're turning it into. Let's just say wheat. So now all I have to do is cover this up, not with dirt. So if I go and cover this up, don't want to activate that, but that will get covered up there. This can go and get covered up there. And then, oh wait, I just realized I can't put this here. Yeah, so I'm going to move this dropper to go right here instead. So if I go ahead and fill in this, I guess with just like a regular block like that, it's actually going to get covered there. But this should go activate this redstone, which should activate this block, and then I can put the repeater going into there. So that should hopefully work now. And then all I have to do is cover this up. So if I throw, let's just say the gray concrete, that'll come in. I need to put something in here. Oh, what happened to my slime balls? I think I lost them. So we're just going to throw seeds. So let's try this again. We're going to put redstone. So redstone's going to go in there and it comes as seeds. There we go. So it is working. So now what I need to do is get rid of the seeds that are in here and actually put what we're going to be making. So what I want to make is, I'm not really sure. James, you have an idea of what you want to make at this factory? Okay. Of course James picked that. James wants to make creeper heads. Okay, so let me get some creeper heads for James real quick, and then we'll test this out. Alright, so James wants to create creeper heads for apparently like Halloween costumes or something. But if we put a whole bunch of creeper heads in there, now all I have to do is get the materials to make creeper heads. Now, to make creeper heads, you need a bunch of wool. So let's say, oh, should I do light green or dark green? I'm going to say light green. I think that might be closer to James's color. Kind of. Yeah, I think that should be good. So if I throw like a bunch of this in here, so if we do one of those, it's going to go in, it's going to go into here, and then it's going to go into here, which then should come out into here and turn to a creeper head. There we go. Look at that. James, we just produced our first creeper head. And now, over here, I'm going to build like a packing area. We're going to pack the creeper heads, and then they're going to get sent out this door right here. And then they can go get delivered to all the houses for like Halloween costumes. Perfect. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to throw a bunch of items in here. What happens if I just overload the system? Well, it apparently doesn't work. I can tell you that. So they do have to go in kind of like one at a time. Did anything else get messed up? I think, yeah, we got a creeper head out here. Perfect. I have a way of actually setting this up. So if I do a dropper here. All right, now this is a really bad example for like a loop. But this is just kind of temporary, just to kind of show you how this would work. The problem is, like, half the items aren't even making it in here. I kind of have to, like, block this in a little bit. There we go. Let's just go ahead and block them in so that they hopefully don't shoot out. There we go. So now, as you can see, we're mass producing creeper heads. So as you can see, the blocks go in, and then the next one comes. And then over here, James is apparently very excited. But as you can see, we're making a bunch of creeper heads. I'll make this over here a little bit better. I'll work on that for next episode. But for now, I just have this as like a little bit of a test. They kind of just like loop the signal going into there. But as you can see, all the machines here are working. All the wool is going through. And it's coming out as creeper heads over here at the end. Which then I will work on basically making a packing station to basically pack these and ship them out to wherever they're going. But this works. As you can see, it's fully functional. All the blocks are going through. I don't think there's any stuck. No, they aren't getting jammed in here. I think that was the last one as well. So there's the last few pieces of wool going through. Because you see, as soon as one goes in, it takes enough time for the next one to come. And is this still... Oh, yeah, there's a few creeper heads left in there. So it does work, which is pretty good. As you can see, we've got a bunch of creeper heads here that we just made. This can stop since it's out of wool. But I'll work on making a better version of this for next episode and having this hopefully complete. So next episode, I'm going to work on building the packing station for that. But I got the assembly line basically finished now, which is pretty cool. So that's basically how you make the assembly line for the factory. So I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here, so make sure to leave a like and to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody!